Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today's the first of two videos we're going to do on getting a little bit more performance out of a Predator 212 motor without spending a whole lot of money doing it. We're only going to spend $7 or $8 today, and you'll get a noticeable difference. We're going to do that by rejetting the carburetor. The factory jets in a Predator engine are 0.028, and we're going to jump it up to about a 32 or a 33. I don't remember what the jet is that I've got, but that little bit of a jet difference is noticeable. You'll really see a difference when you run it around. Now, some people will drill out the exhaust, and I hate to admit it because I don't like to do it, but it will make a performance difference. You're guessing at what it's going to sound like when you're doing it, but you can tell the difference when you're running it around if you have a bigger jet. So some people will also tell you to remove the governor. Removing the governor does not give you more power. What it gives you is more RPM. Having a higher top end that is dangerous for the engine is probably not a great idea for most people. The higher the revs go, the farther you go towards destroying your engine. You can loosen the screw on the governor all the way out, and that will definitely give you more RPM, but don't take the whole governor apart because the engine's not designed for that anyway unless you're going to redo the internals. So let's get started on rejetting this engine, and let me show you just how easy this is. This is the motor we chose for this example because it's new and so it hadn't had any fuel in it. So I can roll it over and let you have a good look at it rather than doing it on a vehicle, on a go-kart or something, where it's a whole lot more work and you can't really see well. So what we're going to do, wouldn't recommend doing this. Don't turn your go-kart on its side, but we don't even have to take the carburetor off to rejet it. This is easy peasy. I'm going to take the bottom bolt out of the carburetor. Going to take your long skinny flathead, and your jet's right here. We're going to screw the jet out. Now sometimes when you take the jet out, especially if it's had fuel in it, the jet, you'll have to wiggle it and shake the carburetor to get it out. So in that case, sometimes you have to remove the carburetor to do it. But in a case with a brand new one, it'll usually fall right out for me. There's the jet. Don't see the emulsion tube. And there's the emulsion tube. Okay, the way the emulsion tube works is the very bottom of it sits in the fuel, and then you've got these little air holes here that allow air in, and it mixes air into the fuel as it comes up the tube from the jet. So we're going to put our new emulsion tube in that we got in our little $7 kit that has, if you look, a larger hole on the bottom, and the emulsion tube holes, it's got more air holes than the other one has. So now let's roll it back up on its roof. And we're going to add that in, and we're going to add our jet, which is a 033 jet. You can add a slightly larger jet, but it tends to be hard on the bottom end. It makes it run rich at the bottom end. And having the emulsion tube, don't order just the jets. You want the emulsion tube also because you won't get the fuel flow without it, and you won't get a good air-fuel mixture. They're kind of a matching set with your jets. They have a lot of jet kits you can buy that have a number of different jets in them. Oops. And it's just that easy. We've taken the stock out and we've changed over to an 033 with a bigger emulsion tube. Now it drives me crazy when people act like it's really hard to rejet a carburetor and to make modifications when it really is just that easy. Now it's important that you have the emulsion tube match the jet because the bottom of the emulsion tube and the entire jet sit inside the fuel, and then you've got these little tiny holes along it. Those are above the fuel line, and what happens is as it sucks fuel up, it also sucks air in, which starts the mixture process before it goes into the engine. And if you've got the smaller holes in this, you're still going to get less fuel. And you're going to get a bad mixture. If you've got the smaller holes and a bigger jet, then it'll run much richer than it would if it's the correct one. So next up, we're going to add an exhaust system and an air filter on the next one, and an aftermarket carburetor that has mixtures that this one doesn't allow for. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.